Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much for hanging tight with us today. We are on just a little bit of a delay and we really appreciate you. And I'm wondering if you ever make it appear like all is well all the time, that you only share your wins, or maybe you are a perpetual, never ending people pleaser, propelled by perfectionism and fueled by validation. I don't know if that's you, or maybe you sometimes fall in that category. I don't know. I may or may not have been guilty of that and those behaviors, maybe more than once. If you've ever ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people, right? Kind of happens sometimes. Our guest today is going to be sharing her remarkable story of priceless life experience and knowledge, going from being a beauty queen to being on track to becoming a surgeon to ending up serving a life sentence. And what transpired to her now is going to rock your world. And seriously, people, I cannot wait. I grab some of these and make sure your pencil is sharpened. Because what she's doing now absolutely is all about transparency and why it is absolutely necessary for every aspect of your personal and businesses so that you can change the world with what you're doing. Seriously, hang tight, you guys. I know you've been hanging with us today. Super appreciate it, but I guarantee you an amazing episode today. You are live on the Erin Strayer Show, and thank you so much. If you were watching from any other platform, we're on a lot of them. If you're at a place where there's a link above you in the feed, go ahead and click that. Come on over to our platform. We'll be able to see you and see your comments here live on the show today, where we are all about promoting, cultivating, and expanding amazing female entrepreneurs. Oh my gosh, like this lady that's on our show today. We talk about pain points and hot topics, like ending up in the wrong place at the wrong time, maybe being a people pleaser, maybe overextending yourself just a little too far, making wrong decisions. I don't know. We might cover some of those today, but we're going to also give you massive workarounds to those challenges that we as females face every single day in our businesses and in our lives. I'm Erin Strayer, and recovering corporates and entrepreneurs hire me to get them business beyond the basics because most are indecisive. They're held hostage by their own fear. And quite frankly, they have settled for average. So I provide peak performance, accountability, and scaling strategies for growth-minded entrepreneurs so that you and your business gets the attention to detail that you deserve and they deserve, and you start excelling in your business and making money. Oh my gosh, we're going to check to see if she's back on with us. Yes, she's down there in the group. We're going to talk about her just a little bit longer because she's in the green room fluffing. She has a background in chemistry and psychology, and Misty is the best-selling author of a book called What's Going Up. She has created the Cope to Hope 4-step method of transforming toxic negativity into productive positivity. Wow. And she is the founder of the movement called Transparency is Necessary, which we're going to talk all about that today. She's brilliant. She's beautiful. She's amazing. And she's going to rock your world today. You guys, please say hello. Hello.
Wow.
Hi,
Thank you. Hi, Erin. Thank you so
I know
much.
that's all about you. It's all
That's
about
crazy.
you.
Yeah.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be about me anymore, right?
But here's the thing, like, we all think that it's not about us, but what we do affects and transforms so many people just by our stories and what we have and haven't done in this world, right? And
Absolutely.
I am so thrilled. I am so thrilled to have you on my show today and to share your story, because it's rocked my world. And the more I dig into your story, the more and more goosebumps I get.
Thank you.
The
Yeah.
more goosebumps I get. I'm just going to say hello, Sean. I haven't seen you in a long time. Catherine, thanks for being here. Helen, thanks for being here. One of the things that you said, Misty, in our pre-conversation leading up to today was that Writing actually was therapy that saved your life. And I
Yes.
wanna kinda take it back to what started that. Can you just kinda give us just a quick little recap, and then we're gonna, like, hit the cannon out of nowhere
Okay.
here for these people.
Sure. Sure. So I went from, growing up, in a had very perfectionism, highly competitive, had a good life growing up and knew I wanted to be a surgeon pretty early on in life. Married my college sweetheart, started on that journey. Um, Married 10 years, had two beautiful daughters, got accepted into medical school and found out my husband had been cheating and had another woman pregnant. And it devastated me, completely devastated me, became vulnerable, insecure. Of course, I thought it was all my fault. I wasn't good enough. So I carried all that around. I ended up in such a depressive state. I just started doing things that were uncharacteristic for me. I tried cocaine for the first time at 31 years old. And I don't blame anyone for that. And it's very important that you hear what I say when I say that. I have shifted my life from blame and anger to accountability and responsibility and forgiveness. And that's very crucial. So I don't blame anything anyone did. They didn't make me go do this. It was my choice alone. However, I was in a vulnerable state. I was doing things out of character because everything I had done right didn't get me where I wanted to be. So I thought, well, then I'm going to try to see what this is going to do for me. So I ended
Yeah.
up in a cocaine addiction that was pretty severe for about 10 years. It progressed into crack cocaine, which is the devil, just
Mhm.
completely, they call it the devil's candy. I did everything, Erin. I went to rehab. I prayed. I begged. I bartered. I locked myself away. I mean, I did everything I could think of and could not get out from under that bondage. I got into a domestic abuse situation. Never had been around that before. Used to look at women and think, oh, how she's so weak. Why doesn't she know that's not love? Why don't she just leave him?
Mm.
And having come in through that myself, a chapter in my book talks about never say never because you don't understand the control and the manipulation until you're there. They take every insecurity and strip you of you. You're left with nothing. I didn't know what my favorite music was or what kind of food I enjoyed because I was so used to him dictating everything.
Mm.
So this went on, and I did the things I needed to do to try to get rid of him. He would hit me, I would kick him out. He would come back 2 hours later with dope, which would be the pain reliever to the busted eye I had or the broken nose I had. So it was a cycle. He would use the abuse and the cocaine is what he was using against me.
Mm.
So this went on and on. It finally came to a head when we both ended up in jail. I had bonded out. He got stuck in jail. And I went back out using again, ended up in a neighborhood with the wrong people, like you said, doing the wrong things, the wrong time, the wrong place. I was attacked and robbed. I sped out of the neighborhood literally in fear of my life. Someone threw a brick at my car. I swerved, started sliding down the road sideways, and hit a parked vehicle that was parked in a driveway. In turn, that vehicle struck a woman that was standing next to it and knocked her into her house and killed her. So I woke up in the ER with my mom hovering over me, just sobbing. And I knew I had been in a wreck, but I didn't understand. I was okay. Physically, I felt okay. Of course, I was numb. I'd been high, up straight 4 days and been high. So I said, Mom, I'm okay. I'm okay. And I reached up to hug her, to console her. And I felt that cold, angry feel around my wrist, chained to the gurney. And I knew then something's wrong, but I didn't know what. So a detective had come from the shadows of the corner of the room and he said, you can tell her. So here I am, and my poor mother had to tell me, honey, you've just killed someone. And I heard those words, and it was like I was in another universe because I couldn't comprehend that. My gurney mattress felt like quicksand. I felt like I was sinking, and the air was being sucked out of my lungs. Like I didn't know how to react. And I think I just passed out. And so when I woke up in jail a few days later, um, this was my rock bottom, Erin. This is my rock bottom because I've never been suicidal, but when I tell you, I felt guilty for every single breath that I took. Like I didn't deserve to be alive, or even how I was going to live now without the cocaine in my system. This is a 10-year addiction. So I was in a pretty bad place. And my oldest daughter at the time, I had just missed her high school graduation, bless her heart, but they all loved me because they knew I was still in there somewhere. The mom they knew before was still here. So She wrote me a letter. She said, Mama, and this is my 18-year-old parenting me. You have to forgive yourself. It was an accident. You need to write down everything that's haunting you, pray on it, throw it away. So I did that. It took me 3 days. It was a process. And I'm talking about the things, Erin, that when you lay down at night, they're embedded so deep that you've never told a soul. The things that you don't even speak out loud to yourself in the mirror because you feel so ashamed or haunted by it. I mean, it's crucial that that comes out of us. It's crucial. You don't have to tell someone, but you have to get it out. So I did this and flushed it down the jail toilet. That was my, way to get rid of it. And that created, I use that as a writing exercise today. I offer that in my coaching. It's called a toxic dump exercise. And it's just a quick timed exercise to get the walls down, get the toxicity out so that the healing can begin. Because you can't start healing when you have blocks and blocks and blocks of all the resentment, anger, the shame, the guilt, the insecurities. So here I am in prison facing a 40-year sentence. So I've gone from medical school on my way to being a surgeon. Now I'm looking at 40 years. Get pretty devastated. I just started writing my story on paper, and I had no outline. I had no intention of a book at first. I just started writing my feelings. And out of that came a book, What Goes Up. And it took me, I got blessed. I didn't get the 40-year sentence. I ended up getting a different, I went from vehicular homicide to negligent, which is a nonviolent crime, which saved my nuclear medicine degree that I had already had because it's nonviolent. And I got out, did 2.5 years in prison, spent the next, this has been, I'm 12 years post now. But all this time rebuilding trust, relationships, accountability. Like I said, I shifted from blame. I finally decided to release my book and knew that it was my moral obligation, having lived through so many things, that I needed to share this experience. And I had to rewrite the whole book because it was so dark. It was so angry. It was so blameful that I had to rewrite it in a tone of accountability, responsibility, forgiveness, patience. And so that's what I've done. It was released May 15th. It made bestseller. I'm very, very excited about that. Yes. And I'm on God's mission now. I'm just on God's mission. I'm along for the journey. He's paving the path, and I'm just along for the ride.
That it's like, seriously, like such an amazing story and journey, which is again why I wanted you on here, why I wanted to help spread the message of your beautifulness. I'm making words up here, right? So like, seriously, what you're doing now and the lives that you are shifting and changing because of your transparency and telling your story is the immense amount of beauty that comes with who you are, and why that is so important and imperative to tell. And such an amazing, powerful story. And your whole mission now, and I know you have a hashtag that's called Be the One. That is
that one.
Be that one. Seriously, you guys, put that in the comments anywhere that you share this. It's Be That One with a hashtag, and help us share Mistie's story here, because we're going to move on to what this has done for you and what Be That One actually means, and how it's created this massive, massive ripple effect for you in your world and what you've seen. Because I really want to step into that space and that vibration, because it's totally shifted for you. Massively shifted. Yeah. So how has this all played out for you with the ripple, that has come forward from this?
Well, it started the day my grandbaby was born. My first granddaughter was due on September 18th, which is consequently the day I married my two daughters' dad. The Indian divorce. It was also the same date the wreck happened and the lady died. So I'm thinking God's replacing a life with this life I felt had stolen from him. So Eliana was born on her due date on that day with an oxygen deprivation. She has HIE grade 3, which is a severe brain damage. So she's blind and deaf. She has a feeding tube. She doesn't cry or suck or anything. She's got major problems. She's 3.5 today and beautiful. But the first couple of months of her life, I would hold her and feel so disconnected and guilty because I was letting my past convinced me that this was my punishment, that this was
Mm-hmm.
my fault. And then I had to realize that I was stronger than that God didn't work that way, that that revealed this, that moment, that aha moment revealed to me I have a purpose. And
Mm-hmm.
transparency is necessary because we need to educate people. With through educating people about addiction, about abuse, about perfectionism, about all these things we need to let go of, then we can start judging people less and mentoring
Mm.
them more.
Mm.
And I encourage everyone to be that one, step out of your comfort zone, share your truth, share it with someone, because even if it's not for you, you're going to help somebody. There's somebody out there that needs to hear your story so they don't have to go through what you've been through.
It's
And if we
so
can help one person, if everybody helped one person, look at what would happen.
it's so true. And just by you continuing, I know you do keynote speaking all the time. People want you to come and share your story to their corporate centers, to their stages everywhere, for what it's done, because you are back. You are back in medicine. You are
Yes,
back at a
yes,
big way in
yes,
medicine.
yes,
You got back on the path. You got back doing patient care, which is what your journey was and how it started. You are
yes,
back taking care and changing and shifting lives more than just with your hands and
yes,
touching them every single day.
yes,
You, because of your transparency and the necessity of being that for your healing,
yes.
you are healing so many people in so many different ways. It's this ripple effect is bigger than you can even. I'm so grateful to put you inside of my circle now. Like I can't even tell you. One of the things that I want to bring up, though, like, it hasn't been easy.
No, no, not easy. It still
you
isn't easy.
you'll
It's
be the
still
first one to admit that.
absolutely. You have to. You have to be honest with yourself first. And that's why I speak about, you said, with your personal life, with your business life, it's very important that you're transparent in everything, because what happens, Erin, is, growing up in the beauty pageant system in Texas, I was always pretending. I was always made up to be. And I lived that life. And, it was a facade, because on the inside, I was sad and I was
Hmm.
angry, and I would start eating and using food to shove all that down. Well, if I had just been open and talked about what I felt, even to just my childhood friends, come to find out they were feeling some of the same stuff, and it releases all of that. So I believe that we need to be who we are, with
Mm.
all the flaws, with all the imperfections. We need to learn to love every part of us, find out who we are, what we're meant to, what we're here to do, who we're here to serve, and then love that person that you are, and
Mm.
go find someone that has it just a little worse than you. Find a business that's struggling, a place you've already been and overcome, and reach
Mhm.
your hand out and help them by being transparent and saying, I might look like this great business owner. I might look like everything's going great, but you know what? I went through struggles too. Instead of people trying to run their credit cards constantly to keep up the show that they're running with this business, that they're doing as well, when inside they're not, they're crashing, they're in the
Yeah.
red. So if we, and for me, I know you probably feel, and a lot of people feel this way. If I'm doing business with someone, they come to me and they said, I I was trying something, it didn't work out quite the way I planned it, but I'm revamping, I'm remolding, I'm remodeling. Hang with me, we're going to work it out. That person just gained credibility and respect with me because they were honest.
For
I would
real.
give them loyalty to every day and stick with them till they figured it out.
And I want to take that a step farther, because of who you are in the world and the safety and security with the transparency that
Yes,
you are. You created that space and you secure it with your honesty
yes,
and how you show up, enabling your people and your clients to know that that's going to be honored in return. Like,
absolutely.
what an amazing environment that you have created. Like,
Yeah. Think about it. If
it's
if all the business owners got together, instead of, you got to be competitive, of course. The
sure.
marketplace is going to be competitive. And I'm not saying trade secrets, but I'm talking about normal economical changes and flow and the ebb and tides of the way things work. If people would just share with each other and help each other, then we could all get along together and utilize each other's resources instead of all this going into debt and trying to live up to something you're not. Because that's you
Yes.
can't be happy if you're walking around driving a Porsche that just made you lose your house. I
Right.
mean, taking pictures on the stairs of a mansion that you don't even own just to try to keep up. I mean, I don't want to live that lie anymore. That held me hostage, and I'm not doing it anymore. So I figure, and I've learned through one of my mentors, Jason Cisneros, I've learned that put your stuff out there before someone can use it against you. Put it out there. If you're a business owner, if you had issues, if you had failures in the past, every success story comes from failures. It does, every one. If you're not failing, then you're not growing because you have to try.
So
I mean,
good.
seriously, think about it. You have
Mhm.
to try to grow, correct? You're gonna
Absolutely.
have to fall in there. So he told me, put your stuff out there before they can use it against you. Because if you come to someone and say, like I said earlier, they're gonna respect you for it
Yes.
rather than use it against you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And like seriously, we're like blowing up. People are loving this.
Good.
And seriously, it makes so much sense. And we hear it, but so often you're so right. Like the photo shoots around the yacht that's not yours, or the mansion or the cars to make it seem as if, and it goes right hand in hand. And I know this is one of the big topics that you are so passionate about is the people pleasing, right? The shoulds. And
Absolutely.
gosh, they think I'm making all this money, so I got to show them that I might be making all this money. So therefore, like, it just goes hand in hand with the being fake and the quit the lie. And geez, oh Pete, you got so many one-liners in there. I got to go back and pull them out, but they're amazing with that. And it goes right back to being authentic, full of integrity, total transparency, and like I can't wait to get my hands on your book. So like
Yeah.
writing actually was the therapy that saved your life. Your book is
Absolutely.
called What Goes Up. It's
Yes.
on Amazon. They can get it. We're going to drop the links in here when we're done, the direct links to Amazon. But let's talk about that and this great big, like amazing thing that's looming in front of you.
Yes. Yes, it is. Something very incredible is happening right now
Uh-huh.
in this competition that I'm in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The next
So
impactor.
the next impactor is this massive competition that Misty is a finalist in. So then this innovative, I lost my word.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, it's a global competition. It's what it is. It's a platform that Lauren Harris and Jeff Levin have developed to allow entrepreneurs, to allow philanthropists, to allow humanitarians to go out and spread their message in a way with challenges along the way for us to grow and learn better and more efficient ways to help others. And it's about making your impact. And whatever our individual messages, they're all different. Some are about human trafficking, some are about autism, some are about, cancer, chemo buddies. There's all kinds of things that platforms that, contestants, I meant to say. We're all fighting for something different, but at the same time, we're all trying to make an impact. So it's gone from about 200. It's been going on since about January, and now they just announced last week down to the top 25. So I'm one of those finalists. And it's been based on coaching and projects and points for different things from this point forward until August 30th. The finale will be in Chicago. It's solely on votes from the world, like American Idol or one of those shows where you used to have to pay the 99 cents to vote,
yeah,
the new show. So we are getting 99 cents per vote, and it's strictly based on the vote. So if I resonate with you and you want to support and join me in this mission of transparency, you can just go to my website, like Erin has it on the screen, mistielayne.com, and there's a voting link that pops right up, and it's 99 cents per vote. I've offered some packages of coaching, a toxic dump writing exercise, my Cope equals hope. Everything is about little less than half price in exchange for votes. You purchase the votes, and I will give you that. And it's such a great value, and I've even added bonus.
that's amazing. Yeah. So when you hop on mistylayne.com, the very first thing that'll come up is the voting link. So I just want to
Yes.
review this real quick because it can be confusing if you don't know what you're doing. So you click on the link, it takes you right to the voting page. There's multiple different ways that you can vote, like Mistie said. 99 cents gets you a vote. As you go up in voting, you can buy packages at a massively discounted rate with Mistie. So you can grab her writing package, you can grab her coaching package. There's like multiple really super discounted. But the big win of this competition that's in Chicago, the end of August, when they're going to announce, right?
Yes.
This innovative award that you're going to be winning is so impressive and such. It's like way bigger than a TED Talk.
Yeah. And it's not even monetary. It's not even any money I'm getting in my hands. And that's the beauty of it, because your riches and your wealth don't have to come from money. Okay? You find your riches
So
and your
good.
wealth in other places. So what they've done is all these wonderful coaches that are humanitarians, philanthropists, that have all been through their own adversity and overcome in life, successful businessmen. They're all different. We have 5 coaches. They've all offered their expertise, their wisdom. This $500,000 package is a media package with a published book deal, own TV show, radio show, all the media toolkit that you need to get your message worldwide. And we have competitors from other countries in this competition. I mean, we had an orphanage in Nigeria that we used to have to drive into town just to get internet to post her challenges. I mean, this is catching on. It's our first inaugural season. I know it's blowing up. It's going to be huge because the world needs it. Mm-hmm. People are hungry for real people. We're hungry for real people. We're hungry for the honest people out there. We're tired of the games, the facades, the make-believes. I'm tired of that, and when you're real, it's just people gravitate to that. Mm-hmm. And they're hungry for it. So
it's so true, you guys. So really, you grab Mistie's book. That's linked on her thing. We'll put the Amazon link in the feed when we're done here, and go help Mistie.
Please, yes. I want to be crowned the first next impactor. I'm so excited. Yes.
Yes.
You guys, it's not about me, really, Erin. It's really not. I just invite you all to join me. Even if you can't find the spare change for the 99 cents or one of the packages, go on there and just hit fan and become a fan of mine and just help me grow my following. Because if there's other ways you can help this movement. It's not about Mistie. It's about the movement of getting people to be honest and open and getting that toxic stuff out of them so that other people know they're not alone out there.
It's so good. It's so good. And I think it's so relevant, especially in the times that we're living in right now, too, that this is coming to the surface, and that this kind of movement and ability to share our messages and to come together and support people like you, that it is your cellular desire and passion to continue and to get the word out there, this ripple effect to make the world transparent, right?
Absolutely,
like if each of us acted a percentage of what you have had to do in your lifetime to get you where you are, I guarantee you our entire world would be different. Our entire world. And it starts with people like you, Mistie. And I am like, yeah.
It's a mindset, Erin. It's a mindset, because I used to think, oh, why did this happen to me? Why did I have to go through all this? Now I'm 12 years out, because so it's, it's not as fresh. But the difference is today, I feel like I have been hand chosen to walk that walk because I'm a strong person. And now I have empathy. I have compassion that I didn't have before because I never had hardship before. Now that I've lived it myself and walked the walk myself and pulled myself up out of it myself, with the help of God and the family around me that loved me and never gave up on me, then I've overcome. And now I'm living such a better version of the Mistie before, much better version. I overcame my worst to live my best, and you can too.
It's so good, you guys. It's so good. And I love every single thing about this. And I know I really, really, really want to honor your time, because you've taken time in your break away from your patients to speak with us today and to be on our show so that we can help you with your movement. And I'm blessed and I'm honored to be part of your journey. I cannot wait to see you take that crown and share your message with the world, with this competition. You guys, seriously, Mistie's book, again, we're going to drop the link, the Amazon link. It's called What Goes Up. And grab that, be in touch with her, hang out in Mistie's space. Clearly 30 minutes with her right here. We're blowing up on our feed right now. It's amazing that the people that you are touching in big and small ways, Mistie. And I'm honored and I'm blessed to be in your space today. So thank you so much for being with us, making it happen today, and living in a yes and world. And I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for what you do, because it's people like you that allow people like me to voice. So I really appreciate what you're doing.
So good, people. So good. We've been talking to the amazing Mistie Layne today on the show, where we are all about promoting, cultivating, and expanding amazing female entrepreneurs. If this lights you up, type live in the comments. We'll make sure you never, ever miss another show. We'll give you reminders right into your inbox for that. If you're even at all interested in being part of our show, reach out to me. I'm super accessible. We'd love to share your story also on our show. Mistie, thank you so much. Good luck to you. We're so proud to support you. We're so proud.
Thank you. Let's tell everybody, be that one to step up and reach Erin and share your story. Get on Erin's show and be transparent. Be that one. Step up.
Be that one. Hashtag be that one.
That's right.
Awesome.
Contact Erin.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you right back here soon.